The diplomatic table in Pakistan is empty. Representatives from Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps abruptly rejected a U.S. ceasefire extension and failed to show up for high-stakes peace talks. The historically expected response to a total collapse in negotiations is immediate military action. Most observers anticipated American airstrikes hitting Iranian targets within hours, but the administration held fire. Instead of dropping bombs, the U.S. kept a much quieter weapon in place, the naval blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. Not a single new American shot has been fired today, yet the Iranian regime is violently tearing itself apart. The empty chairs in Islamabad are a direct symptom of the pressure at home. The U.S. blockade is starving the country of cash, acting as the primary catalyst for an active military coup right in the middle of Tehran. To understand how a naval perimeter sparks a civil war, look at the geography. U.S. warships are physically blocking Iran's key maritime trade routes, meaning crude oil literally cannot leave the country's ports. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent laid out the timeline clearly. With export ships halted, domestic storage on Karg Island fills up in a matter of days. Once those tanks reach capacity, Iran will be forced to shut in its fragile oil wells entirely. This chart shows Iranian oil export revenue dropping towards zero over a condensed timeline. When you sever the sale of crude, you cut the primary financial lifeline that pays the military. Without foreign capital flowing in to back the system, the domestic currency rapidly devalues. On the ground, the refineries and extraction sites go quiet. The state's massive engines of wealth generation are effectively paralyzed. When a regime runs out of money, loyalty evaporates. The financial starvation creates intense paranoia, forcing the heavily armed military wing to turn on the civilian politicians in a desperate grab for whatever resources remain. That resource panic is currently playing out in the capital. Out of sheer desperation, the IRGC military leadership is systematically pushing aside the Ayatollahs and the traditional political establishment to take total control. The civilian government faces are vanishing. Unverified intelligence reports indicate that Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has been quietly placed under house arrest by military forces. Similarly, Parliament Speaker Muhammad Khalibaf and the president himself are effectively missing from public view, with only proxies issuing statements on their behalf. While the politicians disappear indoors, the military is making a very loud public statement. The IRGC is parading heavy weaponry, like massive ballistic missiles, directly through the streets of Tehran to project dominance to their own citizens. But absolute control is an illusion. Far away from the carefully staged parades, mysterious explosions are ripping through security vehicles in the northern city of Rasht and near the commercial bazaars in southern Tehran. These missile parades and urban bombings are the visible symptoms of a regime cannibalizing itself. The IRGC is fighting to project dominance over a power vacuum that is rapidly expanding. The U.S. is deliberately sitting back and watching the infighting. By refusing to drop bombs, Washington forces the desperate, cash-starved IRGC to take the dangerous initiative of firing first. In response to the tightening chokehold, military leaders in Tehran are openly threatening to strike the U.S. Navy in a bid to physically shatter the blockade. They are also calling in favors, signaling proxy forces, like the Houthis in Yemen, to escalate the conflict and create a distraction. Yet the external counterattack hasn't materialized. The IRGC is too busy arresting its own politicians and managing internal sabotage to coordinate a unified strike abroad. The Islamic Republic's long-standing political structure is buckling under its own internal contradictions. After decades in power, the system is now effectively dissolving from within. Modern geopolitical conflicts are increasingly decided by whoever controls the ledger. When you lock down a nation's ports and drain its bank accounts, silent economic blockades trigger regime collapse faster than missiles.